Hey there, welcome to the channel. Today, we're diving into one of the hottest trends in home design, modern farmhouse style, and how it plays out in both the city and the country. You know, it's amazing how a design movement can feel so fresh and familiar at the same time. I remember the first time I walked into a space that truly embraced this style. It was like a breath of fresh air, combining simplicity with warmth. So let's get into it. When we talk about modern farmhouse style, we're talking about a design that's all about clean lines and natural materials. Imagine a home where every element has a purpose, where nothing is overdone, and where minimalism meets coziness. The modern farmhouse aesthetic is defined by its uncluttered spaces, the strategic use of reclaimed wood, exposed beams, and a soothing neutral palette. It's like the perfect blend of old and new, where the charm of rustic elements is given a fresh, updated twist. At its core, modern farmhouse is all about making your space feel open and inviting. Picture smooth, polished surfaces paired with raw, textured accents that tell a story. The beauty of this style is in its simplicity. There's no need for extravagant embellishments when the materials themselves speak volumes. Think about it. A crisp white wall paired with a weathered wood beam, or a modern light fixture hanging in a room that feels both airy and snug. It's that balance between functionality and aesthetics that makes this style so appealing. Now, it's interesting to note that the roots of the farmhouse style are pretty deep. Back in the day, farmhouses were built to be practical, sturdy, and connected to nature. Over time, as design trends evolved, there was a shift. Instead of clinging to every old tradition, modern farmhouse style picked and chose the elements that resonated with us today. A nod to simplicity, durability, and comfort. It's like the style evolved naturally, adapting to our current needs without losing that sense of nostalgia and authenticity. But here's where things get really cool, the way this style adapts depending on where you live. Let's start with the city. You might be wondering, how do you bring something as spacious and airy as a farmhouse into the concrete jungle? The answer is creativity. In the city, space is at a premium, and designers have had to get really clever about maximizing every inch. You often see modern farmhouse elements incorporated into apartments or townhouses where the charm of rustic design is fused with urban functionality. Think of a chic city loft with high ceilings, large windows, and a layout that makes you feel like you've stepped into a countryside retreat, even though you're surrounded by skyscrapers. In these urban settings, modern farmhouse design isn't just about replicating a rural look. It's about adapting it to fit a different lifestyle. When you're dealing with smaller spaces and limited outdoor areas, every design choice has to count. Designers often opt for multifunctional furniture, clever storage solutions, and fixtures that serve a dual purpose. For example, a reclaimed wood dining table might also serve as a workspace, or a vintage light fixture could be repurposed to add character to a small reading nook. The essence is to create a warm, inviting space that feels open and uncluttered, even if every square foot is maximized for function. And then there's the fun of blending old and new in the city. You'll often see these designs incorporating industrial elements. Think exposed brick walls, sleek metal finishes, and large, airy windows, alongside the more traditional farmhouse textures. It's this unexpected juxtaposition that makes modern farmhouse in the city so intriguing. There's a sort of playful contrast between the hard-edged urban materials and the soft, lived-in feel of farmhouse decor. Plus, a lot of city dwellers love the idea of bringing a touch of the countryside into their homes as a way to escape the hustle and bustle, even if just for a moment. Now, let's head out to the country. When you think of a farmhouse, you probably imagine wide open spaces, rolling fields, and a close connection to nature. And that's exactly what modern farmhouse style nails when it's applied to rural settings. Out in the country, you have the luxury of space, which means you can really let the design breathe. Picture a sprawling farmhouse with a wraparound porch, rustic barn conversions that have been turned into cozy guest houses, and plenty of room for outdoor living. There's a strong emphasis on blending indoor and outdoor spaces seamlessly, so that the beauty of the natural surroundings becomes part of your everyday experience. In rural settings, the modern farmhouse isn't just about replicating a nostalgic past. It's about reimagining it for today's lifestyle. Many homeowners are renovating old farmhouses, preserving the charm of the original structure while updating it with modern amenities. You might see reclaimed wood flooring that's been refinished to look brand new, or vintage fixtures that have been given a modern twist with updated lighting. There's a real celebration of imperfections and history, where every scratch and mark on the wood tells a story of the home's journey through time. And let's not forget about the barns and outbuildings. These structures often get a makeover too, transforming them into functional spaces like home offices, art studios, or even additional living areas that retain the rustic charm but with all the conveniences of modern design. One of the coolest aspects of modern farmhouse style is the way it bridges the gap between different environments. Whether you're in a cramped city apartment or a sprawling country home, there are some key design elements that remain constant. Reclaimed wood, for instance, is a staple. There's just something about wood that's been given a second life that adds warmth and character to any space. It's durable, sustainable, and it carries the marks of its past, which is something many of us find incredibly appealing. Similarly, exposed beams and neutral color palettes are a common thread. They provide a calm, balanced backdrop that allows the other elements in the room to shine, whether it's a quirky piece of artwork or a stunning piece of furniture. Of course, there are differences too. In urban environments, the materials often need to be more durable and practical because of the wear and tear that comes with city living. You might see more polished finishes and modern fixtures that can withstand the rigors of a busy lifestyle. Meanwhile, in the country, there's more freedom to experiment with textures and finishes that echo the natural surroundings. Soft, weathered finishes, earthy tones, and organic textures play a bigger role when you have the luxury of space and a direct connection to nature. And then there's lighting. Oh, lighting is a game changer. In both settings, but especially in the city, the way you light a space can completely transform its feel. Urban homes might rely on industrial-style fixtures with a bit of an edge, while country homes often lean towards more ambient, natural lighting that mimics the glow of the setting sun over a field of wheat. So, if you're thinking about incorporating modern farmhouse style into your own home, no matter where you live, let me share a few tips that might help. First off, start with your color palette. Neutral tones like whites, creams, grays, and beiges form the foundation of this style. They create a calm and cohesive backdrop that lets the other elements in your space stand out. But don't be afraid to throw in a few accent colors. Maybe a deep navy here, a rich burgundy there to add some personality. It's all about balance. Next, think about your materials. If you can, invest in pieces made from reclaimed wood. It not only adds a rustic, lived-in feel, but also carries a sense of history. Pair that with natural stone or even modern materials, like polished concrete, and you're on your way to creating a space that feels both timeless and contemporary. When it comes to furniture, choose pieces that are both functional and stylish. You want to avoid clutter, so go for designs that offer storage solutions or have clean lines. Multifunctional furniture is a godsend, especially in urban settings, where space is limited. Another great tip is to focus on lighting. It might sound simple, but the right lighting can totally transform your space. In a modern farmhouse, you often want to create a warm and inviting atmosphere, so consider layering. Different light sources. Use a mix of overhead lights, task lighting, and even ambient fixtures like table lamps or floor lamps. And if you're lucky enough to have natural light, make the most of it. Large windows are a hallmark of this style. So if you're planning a renovation, think about how you can open up your space to invite more daylight in. Now, let's talk about those DIY projects that can really make your space unique. I remember a friend of mine who transformed an old, unused bookshelf into a stunning feature wall by giving it a fresh coat of paint and adding some vintage light fixtures. It was such a simple idea, but it brought a lot of character to her modern farmhouse apartment in the city. DIY projects like these allow you to infuse your personality into your home without breaking the bank. Whether it's repurposing old furniture or adding handmade decor elements, a little creativity goes a long way. And don't forget about the accessories. In a modern farmhouse, accessories should complement the overall look without overwhelming it. Think about using items that have a story. Maybe a piece of antique pottery, a vintage mirror, or even some handmade textiles. These details add layers of interest and help tie the whole look together. In the city, you might opt for more streamlined, contemporary accessories that still echo the farmhouse vibe, like sleek metal frames or modern art prints that play off the rustic elements in your space. One of the most exciting things about modern farmhouse design is its flexibility. It doesn't force you to completely overhaul your current decor. Instead, it offers a way to blend different styles together seamlessly. Even if you're not ready for a full remodel, you can start small. Swap out a few key pieces of furniture, experiment with your color scheme, or add a few rustic touches here and there. Over time, these changes can add up, transforming your space into something that feels both fresh and deeply personal. Have you ever walked into a space that just made you feel instantly at home? That's what a well-executed modern farmhouse design can do for you. It's about creating a sense of calm and warmth no matter where you are, whether you're living in a bustling city center or a quiet country town. And the best part, it's a style that's constantly evolving. Designers are always finding new ways to merge the old with the new, bringing innovative ideas to the table while staying true to the core principles of the farmhouse aesthetic. In urban settings, modern farmhouse style often comes with a twist. You might see clever space-saving techniques that make a small apartment feel like a grand home. Think of a compact living room that still manages to feel open because of smart furniture choices and reflective surfaces. Or a kitchen that, despite its size, features a large island and plenty of natural light, making it the perfect spot for both cooking and socializing. It's all about thinking outside the box and using every inch of your space to its fullest potential. And then there's the undeniable charm of mixing textures. In the city, you might encounter modern farmhouse interiors where sleek concrete meets soft, time-worn wood, or where metal accents provide a contemporary contrast to more traditional materials. It's these unexpected pairings that give the space its unique character. And in the country, the emphasis is often on embracing the raw beauty of natural elements. Weathered stone, sun-bleached wood, and the organic patterns found in nature. There's a story behind every texture, and together they create an environment that feels rich and layered. I love how modern farmhouse design invites us to slow down and appreciate the little details. Maybe it's the way a beam of sunlight falls perfectly on a reclaimed wood table, or the subtle interplay of shadows created by a thoughtfully placed light fixture. These are the moments that turn a house into a home. And while the style might have its roots in practicality and simplicity, it also offers a lot of room for personalization. Every homeowner can bring their own touch to the space, whether it's through custom artwork, heirloom pieces, or even quirky decorative items that reflect their personality. Let's face it, designing a home is as much about emotion as it is about aesthetics. We all want a space that not only looks good, but also feels right. And modern farmhouse design nails that balance perfectly. It's like wrapping yourself in a soft, worn-in sweater on a chilly day. It's comforting, familiar, and somehow always just what you need. So whether you're taking cues from a sleek city apartment or a sprawling country estate, remember that the essence of modern farmhouse style is about creating a warm, inviting haven that feels uniquely yours. One more thing I want to touch on is the influence of pop culture and the way it shapes our perception of home. It's funny how movies and TV shows can inspire us to decorate our own spaces. A lot of what we see in modern farmhouse interiors is reminiscent of those quaint country homes you'd see in feel-good movies, where everything feels just a bit magical. And in the city, we often see those same elements reinterpreted with an edge, a touch of grunge or a hint of industrial chic that keeps things interesting. It's a reminder that design isn't static. It's an evolving art form that reflects our tastes, our lifestyles, and even our cultural moments. If you're still on the fence about whether modern farmhouse style is for you, let me ask you this. Have you ever walked past a building or a home that just radiated warmth and charm? That's the kind of vibe this style brings. It's not about following a trend for the sake of it. It's about finding beauty in simplicity and embracing the idea that less is often more. And trust me, once you start mixing and matching those natural elements with modern touches, you'll see that the possibilities are endless. As we wrap up our chat on modern farmhouse style, I hope you feel inspired to experiment with this aesthetic, whether you're living in a bustling urban center or a peaceful rural area. The beauty of modern farmhouse lies in its versatility and its ability to adapt to your unique space and lifestyle. So go ahead, play around with textures, colors, and materials. There's no right or wrong way to do it. Your home is your canvas, and modern farmhouse is just one of the many palettes you can choose from to paint your story. Thanks for hanging out with me and exploring the ins and outs of modern farmhouse style. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more design inspiration. And hey, drop a comment below if you have any fun stories or tips about how you've brought a touch of farmhouse charm into your space. I'd love to hear from you. Until next time, happy decorating. And may your home always be a place of comfort and creativity.